Hello there. Today we're going to be unboxing this awesome e-bike. This is the Strider SO fat tire bike from LEOGUAR. LEOGUAR is a combination of Leopard and Jaguar together, and this is one of their premier e-bikes. This can be used for city riding, suburban, and also off-road, just a little bit as well. Let's get started in unboxing it. The only tool that you might need is a cutter to cut some parts, and then all the other tools should be included in the toolbox in the bike. This bike is super awesome. It's got 720 watt hours of battery capacity, up to 60 miles of range, and up to 28 miles per hour. The size of these tires are 26 inches, and it's also got an 8-speed gearing. So yeah, really excited to unbox this thing and take it out for a drive. Let's go. So there are these clip thingies over here. All you gotta do is to remove these clips and the box should come right off. It's basically a super easy unboxing experience. So all the clips on this side is removed. I'm gonna be removing all the other clips on this side. Okay, so now I got all the clips down. I'm gonna set the clips to the side. There are 2 extra clips on the top as well. Gonna be removing this. Okay, cool. After all these clips are removed from the box, the instruction says I can just lift this thing right up. 3, 2, 1. Oh snap, it just moves right off. That is awesome. Now, what we got here is the rest of the bike, neatly packaged together. Look at these fat tires. So now what we'll need to do is to take the scissor, the clipping tool, and remove all the foam and all the zip ties. Should be a relatively easy process. It's time to cut. Don't lose the keys. The keys are tied to the handlebar stem, so make sure you don't lose that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this thing upside down as kind of like a trash collector. As I take off the zip ties and all the foam and stuff, I'm just gonna throw everything in here. This is packaged really well. Everything is foam wrapped and zip tie secured. So far everything looks really good. Clean. Okay. Just a couple more. Sure. These are the last ones. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take out the wheels. Wow, this wheel is so light. I thought this thing would be super heavy, but it's actually feels. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is to put the handlebar on the stem. But let's first go over what is inside the box. Over here, we have a little instruction manual about how everything's laid out. Probably super important that I actually read it. Okay, so in here are the tools, the pedals, air pump, charger, and manual. I think this is the charger. That's own brand, looks really nice. How many amps is this charger? It's a 3 amp charger, so not too fast. The good thing about not a fast charger is that it prolongs the battery life. Now we have a bag of tools in here. I think all the tools that you're going to need is in here. I hope you can see it. Oh my gosh, all the tools that you can need is here. And then you have 2 pegs. They're pretty lightweight too, so looks really good. Oh, and these pegs are left and right. This one says right, this one says left. Don't get them mixed up. Now, with that completed, let's put together the bike. Cool. Now we're gonna attempt to put the handlebar together. So use the tools provided and remove the screws. There are also washers in here, so make sure you don't lose them. I see this, but there's actually a little washer in here. So make sure you don't lose them, please. This is the last screw. Now we're gonna put the handlebars on here. We're gonna remove the protective plastics. The screen goes on your left hand side. So make sure when you're installing it, you don't install it in the opposite way. It should go something like this. Now, if you can see it on the screen over here, there's actually a marking tool, and this thing should close around that to be perfectly precise. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put this thing on and adjust it to my preference. I like it to be leaning upward ever so slightly, and then we're gonna put the bolts back in and then snug it up, snug it up, snug it in. Whatever it is, we're going to tighten the screws ever so slightly, but don't over tighten just yet. Tighten enough so that I can put 4 of them on. And before I tighten them up, I should align the handlebar. Now that the handlebar is aligned, I will now go ahead and just tighten everything up. Also, all the wires and stuff, it's already connected for you and it's already protected with these wrap around thingies. So yeah, looks pretty nice so far. Now I will tighten it up, sure you don't over tighten it. All right, oh my back, handlebar is tightened. What the next step is to put on the wheel. So let's put on the wheel. This is the part where we take the bike out. It is surprisingly light. I know I said that many times. I always imagine a bike like this would be super heavy, but it is not. It's actually kind of light. Now what we gotta do is, there are these little plastic thingies. We're gonna be removing them. And then what we're gonna do is get the tires, remove this protective cap from the tires. Make sure the tires are pointed towards the right direction where the arrow is pointing. Pretty easy. I haven't worked out in years, so this is it's pretty good. Oh, sorry. I think the next thing we're gonna do is to remove the protective clip from the disc brake. And then with the arrow pointing towards the front, just so that you can see these nuts, we're gonna kind of unscrew them, but not all the way, but we're gonna leave some space out here so that the forks can actually sit in here. These things are kind of all the way inwards and we can't sit them in there. Okay, just want to show you the video of this being up close. You want to, this thing was screwed all the way in. You want to screw it out so that the forks, so that the bike forks can actually sit on this. Cool. So without further ado, let's, with this screwed out, let's put this back in. What you need to do is to rise this up. Make sure this is facing the right direction and seat it in there. Okay. Cool. Now what I'm gonna do is to actually put the kickstand up. We're gonna take this thing that was given to us. We're going to tighten the bolt here so that the wheels don't fall off. I would just use my hands first. Tighten this thing up. 1, 2, 3. That feels really tight already. Gonna go on the other side. 1, 2. Okay, 3. Pretty easy, I would say. Pretty easy. Okay, now the wheels are done. We're gonna need to put the foot pegs in there. All right, so the foot pegs should be the easy part. We're gonna get the foot pegs over here. We're on the right side. This is the right one, and this is the left one. I'm on the right side. I'm going to put this one in. Easy peasy. Gets to a point where really in anymore, so I'm gonna use the wrench. Okay, the peg is secure. Now I just need to do for the other one. For the left peg, it is the way that you screw it in is the opposite way, so it's counterclockwise. Now the pegs are installed. I think everything is pretty much done. The only thing that I need to do is to charge the bike and the battery, and that's it. This bike just looks so good. It looks so good right now. I didn't think I would like the green, the neon green look, but in person, it looks really, really good. Let's turn it on, see if it works, and then we're gonna get it charged. And once we get it charged, let's go outside and go for a ride. This thing should be really fast. Whoa. It works. All right, everything is working as it should. Okay, cool. So this is the power button over here in the back. So if you were to hold it again, it's going to turn on. It's going to say assist is 0. This is where you adjust the assist. And the throttle is over here. If your assist is more than 1 and you pull the throttle, the bike is going to shoot forward. So only this part is the throttle, and this part is still the grip, which is pretty cool. You still get the standard control system on the back here. You get the shifter. The only thing is, this thing is a little kind of wiggly. I will need to snug it down. And it's the same thing with the bell. The bell is... Yep, that's the bell right there. But overall, man, this bike looks so good. Look at this. Alright guys, so you actually don't need the key to operate this vehicle. I think the key is just for taking off the battery. So guess leave them at home if you only charge at home. So the whole process took me about 30 minutes. But I think if you are not filming yourself the entire time, then it can be done quicker. So the process is really, really simple. It can be done with one person. And yeah, now I'm gonna get the battery charged up and we're gonna go outside for a ride. Let's go. Overall, this bike seems to be a great option for both urban commuting and light off-road use, offering a well-rounded high-performance experience. First impression video is incoming. Be sure to subscribe and watch our full review of this amazing electric bike when it comes out.